Hey everybody, Dylan here from Iceberg TV. I made this video back in 2022 called The Power Grip is Fake, and it was a pretty controversial video, some may say. I went over how Simon Lizotte likes to use a modified fan grip, how Drew Gibson likes to use a modified fan grip, how Scott Stokely likes to use this type of grip as well. It's like a lot of these guys that throw super far tend to use this style of grip, and that was what I discussed in the video, and I said the power grip, the name power grip, ultimately may not be the most powerful grip for you. And I think this kind of topic is more important now than ever as people tend to work through the science of disc golf, the science of throwing. We have more tech disc data. We have so many throws that have actually been tracked and monitored. We know a lot more now than we did back when I made this video. But one thing that I still think is worth mentioning that I went over in this video is that the power grip still may not be the most powerful or best grip for you. And the video we're going to be going over today is this video Ricky Wysocki just uploaded at the Tech Disc facility. I thought this information was really interesting, and I think a lot of this stuff is really important when you're trying to get better at disc golf, which is something that I've actively been doing. A lot of you guys know I've been working on my backhand like crazy. I actually can't throw forehands right now, so this is the perfect opportunity for me to just grind backhand technique. I've been working with Tyler Wozniak, a coach in my local area, and then I've also been sending clips and working with Blitz Disc Golf a lot. And I've gotten a lot better. I'm throwing a little bit farther than I ever have, and I think my trajectory is back on kind of an upward moving trend, which is something I'm really excited about. But I do want to go over this video from Ricky Wysocki because this video, again, just points me in the direction that the power grip might still be fake. Ricky's been trying to use the power grip to try and stretch out a few more aspects of his skill ceiling, get a little better, work on some things. But let's see what happens when Ricky threw 3 power grips and 3 fan grips. Let's see what the results were.
So it's crazy. Looks like my stock number, if I'm throwing like a lot of those shots were 90 to 95%, and that's going to be my go-to, is 70 miles an hour. You know, obviously if I really wanted to, I could probably get a couple extra miles an hour, probably get up to 75, but I don't want to risk getting hurt too much. But yeah, so just stock shot, 70 miles an hour. That's definitely a good start. I think it seems like no matter the grip, that's going to be the average.
And let's just rewind it real quick. You can actually see what the results are right here on the screen right here. We have 3 throws tagged with power grip. Average speed 69.3. You can see the wobble right here. You can see the nose angle right here. And you can see a little bit of variation in some of the advanced throwing metrics. Like you can see his nose is further down with a power grip. It's not nose up by any means, still negative 4.7 degrees, which is awesome, but not as nose down as he gets with a power grip. So his fan grip is slightly further in the nose up direction, but still obviously not nose up overall. A little bit more wobble with the fan grip, a little bit less hyzer. Same amount of speed and spin, though. That speed and spin, in my opinion, are the 2 most important metrics. All of the other aspects of Ricky's throw are in the elite category as far as his stats, how it measures up to normal people. Ricky throws the disc really well, and we all know that, and this just continues to further prove that. But when it comes to the power grip versus the fan grip, let's see how it boiled down from Ricky's perspective.
That's definitely a good start. I think it seems like no matter the grip, that's going to be the average, looks like.
So before we look at the data too much, if you've been a fan grip person for a long, long time, we might expect you to have maybe a higher speed, probably more consistent angles.
Exactly.
And probably a little lower wobble with that fan grip.
Yes.
So let's check out what we actually got here.
Okay. Because I think just as a confidence thing. You know, I think if I practice with a fan or a power grip for any extended period of time, those numbers would flip-flop maybe a little bit.
So what we're showing here is your 3 throws, the max, the min, and the average of those. And so you can see your average power to fan is a little bit 1.5 mile per hour.
Okay, so a mile an hour basically. Pretty faster.
Close. Yep.
Okay, so
and then look at
fan
your
grip's
spin.
faster. That's crazy.
Slightly more spin, and 20 RPMs at this speed is not a meaningful difference. So I think we can probably say spin is about the same.
Okay.
We can say that pretty safely.
Okay, interesting. So the biggest difference is average speed and then the average.
And let's look at this wobble.
Okay.
So we typically say below 5 degrees of wobble is fine.
Yeah.
Both of yours are almost to 1 degree of wobble, which is exceptionally smooth.
Okay, cool.
So just looking at these numbers, it doesn't look to me like you've been a fan grip player for all your life and are just now working on the power grip.
Yeah.
They both look great.
Okay, cool. That's interesting. I would have thought it would have been a lot different.
Yeah.
And that is the mindset that a lot of people have, especially people who have never thrown the tech disc. You assume the power grip is always going to give you more speed, more spin, more distance. But even in the case of players as high level as Ricky Wysocki, his power grip is actually slightly less powerful than his fan grip. And that was the whole point of that power grip is fake video, is that I don't think that necessarily there's a one-size-fits-all most powerful grip for all players. But I think sometimes that's something that just sort of floats around within disc golf circles, is that if you want to throw farther, you should always use the 4-finger power grip. And I've actually been using the 4-finger power grip, and I've been messing around with power versus pinch grip versus fan grip, and I'm not superly seeing the difference. I do think the pinch grip is the worst, actually, in my opinion. I think the fan grip and the 4-finger grip are probably the two most applicable grips for most players. I think the pinch grip can cause some other problems that we won't talk about in this video. But the fan grip might be the most powerful grip for you, and it seems to be the most powerful grip for a lot of the most intuitive and experienced players we have in the game. Like, if the 4-finger power grip was better for Simon Lizotte, then he would be doing it, but he doesn't. He does a fan grip most of the time. So with that being said, I feel like the power grip may still be fake. But let's carry on with Ricky Wysocki's portion of the video here.
Your nose angle is slightly lower.
Okay, so just put it in perspective for me. So slightly lower would be like if I'm throwing a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, so your launch angle is pretty similar. So the disc is traveling up like this at 9 degrees up. And that nose angle means 9 degrees below the launch.
Okay.
So launch is going this way. That nose is tilted down, so it's traveling like this.
Okay.
Which is important because once it gets up in the air, it's still pointed forwards and can travel forwards.
Up.
Yep,
Right,
exactly.
because if your launch angle's up and your nose is up, it's just going to go straight up and not want to fly
And as
forward.
the disc flies, it goes nose down to nose up.
Right.
And so if you start nose up, then you're going nose up to nose up.
It kills your
which
speed
is going
and
to
distance,
fade
yeah.
super hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So between these two, I'd say these look pretty similar.
Okay,
Let's
that's
take a look
crazy.
at how these flights simulated out.
Okay, cool.
So here we're showing the same disc simulated on all those 3 shots. Okay. We can see the top-down view here, power grip versus fan grip.
Yep.
This is probably where we see that those 12 years of experience on fan grip, right? That's a pretty tight grouping.
Yes, it is.
That's a little bit less tight.
Totally. And it makes total sense because I have way less consistency for that simple reason of like, it just feels like kind of a foreign object in my hand because I've been doing something for so long, and that's just where the muscle memory comes in.
Yeah.
I've thrown a million times or more even with a regular fan grip, and then so it develops that consistency. You know, I've noticed it in the field sometimes. If I'm throwing, let's say, a 250-foot shot, I can throw within a couple feet of a hula hoop if I see it. You know, so versus the power grip may be a little different. I have a couple that are maybe, like you said, you see here, so one of them's way off left, a little bit right. So
yeah, so even though your averages look pretty tight between the 2 grips, when your power grip is hitting, it's hitting. When it's a little bit off, it's quite a bit off.
And that makes me wonder, why does Ricky even need to work on a power grip? It's like we work on things that we think is going to help us get better, but it seems like in Ricky's case, when he does throw the power grip, it actually makes him slightly worse. But the mindset of someone who is always working to get better, and in disc golf, we don't have all of the information we need to know actually what is the best course of action when you are trying to get better. I know I do this all the time. I'll see a tutorial video that says, hey, you should try this, and I'll go try it. And I'm working on it in the attempt of getting better. But sometimes these things are pretty speculative, and we don't actually know what is technically the best way to progress in the sport of disc golf. So it's like sometimes we find ourselves actually working and practicing things that might even potentially be working towards making us worse, which is worst case scenario. If you're going to take the time to not play on the course and you're going to go practice, you want to be 100% certain that this practice is actually going to make you better. And it seems like in Ricky's case, using a power grip may not even be worth the effort he's putting into it, and he should probably just stick to the fan grip. If Ricky's throwing 70-mile-an-hour consistent 500-foot dead straight laser beams, I don't really even know why he needs to learn the power grip or what the point is of the power grip in Ricky Wysocki's case. But I found this data super interesting and super informative. And yeah, I still think the power grip is fake. I don't think the power grip is the right name for the 4-finger grip. I still think we should probably try getting away from the name power grip and kind of lean into fan grip versus 4-finger grip. because the name power grip is still probably misleading to especially new players. People are going to just go for that four-finger grip, and that may not be the most comfortable or most optimized grip for them. You should certainly try both, and you should certainly throw a tech disc with both. You see a noticeable difference, like if you're throwing 5 miles an hour faster with the four-finger grip, go ahead and use it. But until you compare your fan versus your power, you're never going to truly know which one is better for you. Let's let Ricky finish here, and then we'll wrap things up for today.
I think your fan grip is just very consistent.
Right, and I think that's kind of the difference between the two grips in general is, for me, I've noticed I have more control with the fan grip, so that's why I've always stuck with it. You can maybe get that little bit more distance potentially with the power grip, but you're sacrificing a little bit of the consistency with the fly.
And Ricky's using that grip, the four-finger power grip, to get a different result. He's trying to change his grips in certain situations to get a better result, but his result will actually be worse, well, at least a few percentage points worse with the power grip. So I think Ricky should probably just stick to the fan grip and not even worry about switching his grip, and then maybe work on some swing plane stuff or some other aspects of his throw. Or instead of that, even just spend more time in the gym, more time doing cardio, more time lifting, more time stretching, more time taking care of his body. But I feel like in Ricky Wysocki's situation, with how good and talented he is with a just normal like fan grip, modified fan grip, I don't even think there's a point for him to be working on the power grip. But I'd love to hear your guys' opinion in the comment section down below. Hopefully this information was super useful for Ricky. But, I mean, we'll see if he continues to work on the power grip in the future, and if as he works on it, does he get more speed? That'll be interesting to see over time as well.
Flight in the landing zone.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome to see. Let's go back into the simulator.
Okay.
Let's go play some real holes.
Okay.
And build some stock shots and build some discs for you.
Okay.
So they're going to, the next video, go throw some shots like digital holes. I'm hoping to see more power grip versus fan grip throws when he's playing like digital holes on the simulator. Super excited to see how that plays out. But I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts, fan grip versus power grip? Do you have any noticeable experience of speed or spin differences between the two? When I tested it last time I did tech disc, this was forever ago. I need to do tech disc again. I actually was throwing not a degree, but a mile or two faster with a fan grip than I was with the power grip. I've been throwing power grip for now, but I may go out and throw some fan grips next time I go play just to see how it's feeling. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Stay humble, live with gratitude. I will catch you in the next one, and take care.